Mr. Speaker, cannot therefore rely on the hearsay evidence mentioning two mystery members of the Appointments Committee. Mr. Speaker, in the circumstance, with regards to the first issue or term of reference, which is to establish whether the first Deputy Speaker, Mr. Joseph Osei-Usu, took money from the Energy Minister, Mr. Bwacha Ajako, and gave it to the Minority Chief Whip, Honorable Alhaji Mohammed Mubarak Mutaka, to be distributed to the members of the Appointments Committee. The committee is unanimous that there is no evidence that Honorable Bwacha Ajako gave money to the Honorable Joe Osei-Usu to bribe members of the Appointments Committee. Furthermore, there is no evidence that this committee can rely on to lead it to the conclusion that Honorable Joe Osei-Usu gave money to Honorable Mohammed Mutaka for the purposes of bribing the members of the Appointments Committee or for any other purpose at all. Mr. Speaker, your committee is of the view that a multiplicity of rumors does not metamorphosize a rumor into a fact. And inter-party coercion needed for consensus building at the Appointments Committee, and indeed all other committees, has broken down considerably. Individual members of the Appointments Committee have become suspicious of each other. Mr. Speaker, the chairman of the Appointments Committee indicated his distrust for Mr. Ayariga, whilst Alhaji Mohammed Mubarak Mutaka stressed that it will be difficult to deal with his accusers. The reputation of Parliament and the image of the institution has been greatly injured by the allegation. The reputation and dignity of the first Deputy Speaker, other members of the Appointments Committee, and that of the Minister for Energy have equally suffered considerable damage. As a result of these observations, your committee comes to the firm conclusion that Mr. Honorable Mohammed Ayariga is in contempt of Parliament on the strength of Article 112 of the 1992 Constitution, Section 32 of the Parliamentary Act 1965, Act 300, and Orders 28 and 32 of the Standing Orders of Parliament. The committee came to this conclusion because Honorable Mohammed Ayariga failed to prove that indeed Honorable Bwacha Ajako had given money to Honorable Joe Osei-Usu to be distributed to members of the committee with a view to bribe them, but all the same publish this information. Mr. Speaker, having established a case of contempt against Honorable Mohammed Ayariga, as well as having examined the sanctions regime available, the committee, your committee, recommends to the House as follows: that the Honorable Member for Boko Central, Mr. Mohammed Ayariga, be remanded by Right Honorable Speaker in accordance with Section 35 of the Parliament Act 1965, Act 300. That Mr. Mohammed Ayariga renders an unqualified apology to the House and thereby purging himself of the contempt.
Honorable Ayariga, if he so pleases, may stand in his place, render the withdrawal and apology, whereafter I'll proceed from there.
Mr. Speaker,
just like
I have every intention to show you utmost respect and act according to your directives. But I will do myself grave injustice if in rendering the apology, I do not point out certain matters that I also feel are important for you to advert your mind to. Mr. Speaker, in the first place, you set up a committee pursuant to Order 191. First legal question is, does that committee have the power to come to conclusions relating to matters of contempt? Does it have the power? You set it up to find facts and report the facts to you. Does it have the power to come to conclusions on matters of contempt which are clearly spelled out in Order 30, 31, and 32? Facts, not to conclude on contempt, because the issues of contempt are clearly defined in the standing orders
And so that is the first thing that I just wanted to advert your mind to, whether the committee can make findings and come to a conclusion that the provisions of contempt have been violated. That's the first question. Mr. Speaker, the second question is, they used criminal standards determining the burden of proof. Mr. Speaker, if you conclude that you want to use the criminal standard, then you might as well have, during the proceedings, used the criminal process. What is the criminal process? If you call a witness in any criminal trial, he should also cross-examine the other side, so that you can come to the conclusion that will enable you to exact criminal sanctions. You didn't do that. Mr. Speaker, if you say I should apologize, I apologize.